but tell you what, let's also very quickly take a look at gold prices because they are in the spotlight. First things first, let's take a look at the sparkling week, in fact, that gold prices have had. And you do have gold that is set for a 7th straight weekly gain already. US government shutdown is something that is really helping safe haven demand. And the 5-day rally, in fact, is also pushing prices to a record. In fact, joining on the show right now, we do have Aditya Agarwal, who's the co-founder of Wealthy.in at this point in time. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Aditya.
Hi, Shreyanshi. Pleasure to be here.
Well, absolutely, and when you take a look at the triggers when it comes to gold, this has been a record run, and in terms of the streak as well, you're looking at whether you talk about ETFs or whether you talk about gold as well. The fundamental drivers are intact, but I'm just wondering if you're seeing a change in terms of investment strategies as well when it comes to gold, right? Because there's a bunch of benefits that you have when it comes to ETFs, whether you look at no GST being applicable, whether you look at no making charges being there, there's definitely a clear change in consumer preferences that we're perhaps seeing because you do have that being reflected in the robust ETF flow. So keeping all of that in mind, what are your thoughts when it comes to the change in strategy from traditional to ETFs?
No, I think great question to begin with. So we all know, right, that if Indians hold 100 rupees of net worth, almost 20% of that is in physical gold. And that is changing very rapidly. And I'll tell you, because what is happening is now that if you ask me, for example, if I'm purchasing 100 rupees of gold in a year, that is largely through financial products. Because financialization of savings is a long-term theme that is happening. And that also is touching gold as an instrument, gold as an asset class, because we Indians love gold as an asset class. It's an asset class that is a great hedge against inflation, also protects us against bad times. And incidentally, it has also given the best returns. I was seeing a graph where actually gold has beaten Nifty 50 in terms of how it has actually helped beat inflation for household savings in the last 10, 12 years. Right. So gold, but clearly there is a clear shift towards holding gold in a financial product. And there are three products actually which have come. One of them is financial, one of them is digital gold. But gold, whether you talk about gold ETFs, whether you talk about fund of fund that hold these gold ETFs, or whether you talk about digital gold, there's a lot of adoption of digital gold as well, which is similar to physical gold, but just it's digital in nature and you don't take delivery. So there's definitely a massive shift. And today you see more and more people buying gold as an investment in sort of financial products. But of course, it doesn't glitter as much as your jewelry or your bullion or your gold coin.